Oh, wonderful, honey.
My precious baby.
It's just the one.
I love you.
Love you.
Talk to me.
Okay. How should people prepare themselves during the transition in their lives?
Mhm,
For example, once you finish school and you're waiting to get a job,
mhm,
and sometimes those periods of transition are I feel with a lot of anxiety.
mhm,
So people usually find them they're not making progress, and they feel like that next stage is bringing the progress they need.
mhm,
It could be as they wait for a child, or later on you're waiting for um, money, a big job.
mhm,
There's always something you're hoping for as you improve life.
mhm.
How do what do you do during that transitional period?
Uh-huh. Transition. Transition is the time to get education. You went to school and you acquired skills, but now you need to focus and zero in on this thing that you desire so much. I'll give you an example. You want to be a business person and you don't have capital. As you wait for the capital, what you need to do is study about fundraising. Read books, listen to podcasts, be an expert in that field.
Mm.
And then, if possible, go and work for free in a company where you want to do business or in a company where you want to be employed.
Yeah.
Go and do internship, go work for free so that you learn on the job. Because your university training is very different from the requirements at work. Very, very different.
Yeah.
If you're taught business, commerce, and all that in university, and you get to the ground to start to apply, you'll find most of the things you're taught were totally relevant. So you need to spend that 1 year gathering the requisite and prerequisite cluster of information that's relevant to succeed in that particular field. And there's nothing better than going where it's actually done.
Wow.
So if you want to, let's say, process sugarcane to make sugar,
Yeah.
then you need to go and work in a sugarcane factory. Go there and probably be the clerk or the assistant of some boss somewhere so that you can learn the ropes. That's the most significant thing. If it is a child, you're waiting to get a child. Now that you're married, read about babies. Talk to those who've got children, especially those who know how to raise children. Study, read. Knowledge will always elevate you. Knowledge is power. Now, once you get that knowledge, it will be so much easier when what you're looking for comes. It will be so much easier to handle it because there are people who've been destroyed by success. Reason being, they didn't have the required knowledge, the cluster of skills and knowledge that it takes to handle this new thing. You see, that's the reason why when people hit the jackpot and make lots of money, they're millions, because they didn't study how to invest money. They didn't study how to produce. They've only known how to consume. For that reason, when the money comes, they act like a consumer. So they fill their houses with electronics. They buy the most expensive car. They buy a house. A house is not a liability if it's not bringing money. And a lot of our people have been socialized. They think that having a house gives them an asset. A house is not an asset unless it's bringing you money. So, for example, if you borrow 20,000 US dollars to buy a house, now then you think, now I've got myself an asset. No, that house is supposed to recover the 20,000 US dollars plus interest if it's to be an asset.
Yeah.
But it's taking away money from you for 15, 20 years. That's something that's not good for you. So you ought to first study how to invest so that when you make that investment, you're not buying liabilities, you're buying assets. So that's why when you give money, 100 US dollars to a poor person, within a few hours, it's finished.
Yeah.
Give 100 US dollars to a rich person, they will multiply that money because they know how to wisely invest. They're not consumer oriented.
Yeah.
They're not in consumerism. They're in production. So every time you give them money, they're looking to produce something that can be bought to increase the amount of money that comes to them. You see? So the period of waiting or the period of transition is a period to study. You are divorced. Instead of sitting there crying and feeling so horrible, study about why people divorce and how to avoid it in the future.
Yeah.
Study, but more significantly, about how to have a successful relationship. See, you only study pathogens with the aim of destroying them.
Yeah.
You don't study pathogens with the aim of culturing them. I want to grow pathogens. Medicine is supposed to destroy pathogens. So don't study the problem, study the solution to the problem. Or study how to deal with what's causing the problem. So in short, transition periods are for study. It's not for moaning, crying out.
Yeah.
Read, study, get mentors, get coaches. In this world, there are people who are quite willing to train, especially upcoming entrepreneurs, to train upcoming mothers, to train people in marriage and relationship. We do that all the time, don't we? Yeah. But when you get such a person, make sure you're trained in their terms, not in your terms, because you don't have a voice yet.
Yeah.
You can't advise them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I get so engrossed. This is so beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Till next time, goodbye.
Bye-bye.